Once upon a time, there was a princess named Sarina who belonged to the kingdom of Blossomville. She lived with her father and mother, the king and the queen of Blossomville. The princess, with her radiant beauty and kind heart, was the pride of her kingdom. Her days were filled with laughter and joy as she spent time with her friends and family. The princess liked to explore the vast gardens of the castle, where vibrant flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, and butterflies danced in the warm sunlight. She would sit by a sparkling stream, dreaming of the day she would meet her prince. Despite receiving numerous marriage proposals from noble suitors across the land, the princess remained steadfast in her decision to wait for her true prince. She longed for a partner who shared her love for nature and adventure, someone who would join her in exploring the wonders of the world beyond the castle walls. As the days passed, the kingdom prepared for the grand annual ball, an event that attracted nobles and royals from far and wide. Princess Sarina saw it as a perfect opportunity to find the prince she had been dreaming of. The thought of seeing couples twirling gracefully on the dance floor filled her with excitement and hope. Finally, the day was here, and the princess, adorned in a gown of shimmering pink silk, attended the ball with a sense of excitement and wonder. As she mingled with the guests, she heard a voice call her name from behind. Turning around, she saw a charming young man, tall and muscular, with striking blonde hair. He approached her with a warm smile and introduced himself as James, the Prince of Avalon. His friendly demeanor immediately put her at ease. He spoke of his travels and the wonders he had seen, and the princess found herself captivated by his stories. They danced together under the starlit sky. Throughout the evening, the princess and the prince danced and talked, their laughter echoing in the grand hall. She felt a warmth in his presence, a connection that seemed to promise the beginning of something special. As the night drew to a close, the prince extended an invitation for her to visit his castle in the kingdom of Avalon. Princess Sarina took her father's permission to visit the castle of Avalon with the prince for a few days. The king was glad to see his daughter happy, so he agreed. The next morning, the prince and the princess gathered at the castle gates to start their journey. There were soldiers and magnificent white horses. The princess, dressed in her finest gown, got on her horse with excitement and curiosity. As they traveled through the picturesque countryside, the prince shared stories of his adventures. They journeyed deeper into the wilderness and the dense forest. Eventually, they emerged from the lush greenery and entered a striking desert, where the golden sands shimmered under the sun. Upon arriving at the castle of Avalon, the princess was awestruck by its grandeur. She was welcomed with great respect and honor. The palace stood tall, with towering spires and intricate stonework that seemed to touch the sky. However, the castle looked very old from inside, and there was something mysterious about it. It looked very empty. The prince had no family. He said he was alone with his soldiers in the entire castle. This seemed strange to Princess Sarina. That night, Princess Sarina had a good sleep, but when she woke up, she realized there was no one there in the castle. The palace, usually bustling with the presence of soldiers and servants, was very quiet in the morning. The princess wondered what happened and began to walk towards the hall of the castle. There, she sees that the prince, a regal figure with a commanding presence, stands alone in the vast hall. His expression is a mix of determination and vulnerability, as he reveals the truth to the princess. He has sent away all the soldiers and servants, leaving the palace empty except for the two of them. "But why?" the princess asked. They soon got into an argument, and Prince James got upset and mad. The prince harbors a secret. He transforms into a werewolf at night. As he confesses to the princess, his voice carries a weight of centuries-old magic and a curse that binds him. Princess Sarina stood in shock. This revelation was a source of conflict and fear for the princess. The anger of Prince James started to trigger his transformation into a werewolf. His eyes, usually a deep shade of blue, began to shift to a piercing amber. His features changed, and his beast instincts and traits began to show up. Despite the horrifying transformation, the prince assures the princess that she is safe. His words are a plea for understanding and acceptance, a hope that she can see beyond his monstrous exterior. The princess, however, is overwhelmed by fear and confusion. Her heart races, and she instinctively retreats to the safety of her room, seeking solace and time to comprehend the new reality she faces. Prince James's decision to send all the soldiers away shows a desire for privacy, or perhaps a need to protect others from his nightly transformation. Princess Sarina had a fear of the unknown now. She has to face the challenges of living with someone with a hidden, potentially dangerous side. The palace has become a realm of mystery for her. For days, the princess felt a deep sense of loneliness and despair as she gazed out from her balcony, watching the sun set behind the distant mountains. Each day felt like eternity, and the once vibrant colors of the world seemed to fade into a dull gray. Princess Sarina stayed locked in her room, sitting on the floor, crying. She blamed herself for trusting this prince, who had a mysterious curse upon him. She felt betrayed. The prince brought food to her room, but she remained silent and ate some of it. Despite her fear, she couldn't help but feel a little sympathy for the prince. However, she had to save herself first. So she decided to find a way to escape from the castle. All doors were locked, and the prince won't let her go. She recalled that her grandmother told stories to her about how every castle has secret passageways and tunnels that can be used to escape. Determined to find a way out, the princess began to explore the castle whenever the prince was not around. She looked in all rooms and searched for any hidden doors that could lead her out of the castle. One day, as she was walking down the hallway towards the dining room, she heard a cracking sound under her foot. She moved her foot again to see what it was. When she removed the rug, she found a secret door under it. With hope and faith, the princess decided to explore the secret passageway. She carefully lifted the door and peered into the darkness below. Taking a deep breath, she descended into the tunnel, her footsteps echoing softly against the stone walls. The tunnel was narrow and winding, with only the faintest glimmers of light filtering through cracks in the ceiling. It was almost nighttime by now. The prince woke up from deep sleep and went to check on Princess Sarina. After knocking on her door, he opened it and did not find her there. He started looking for her everywhere in the castle. This gave Princess Sarina enough time to go as far as she could in the tunnel. She kept running without looking back. The prince, angry and upset now, turned into a werewolf and jumped into the secret tunnel to follow the princess. Princess Sarina kept moving forward as she heard the distant howls of the prince-turned-werewolf. Do you think the werewolf prince would catch Princess Sarina, or will she be able to escape the castle before he reaches her? Wait and watch the next part. Don't forget to like and subscribe.